Coming up on First at 4, an overturned tanker truck closes a busy highway in Leslie County. We'll tell you what that truck was carrying and find out what county in eastern Kentucky has the second highest number of flu cases in the state.
And we will continue to track the rounds of heavy rain over the next several days. First at 4 is next.
Dedicated to eastern and southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News First at 4.
Good afternoon, I'm Steve Hensley. First at 4, a busy Leslie County road is still closed following an early morning tanker crash carrying hazardous materials. It happened about a mile and a half away from Stinnett Elementary School. WYMT's Will Puckett has more from Leslie County.
The crash happened around 7:30 Tuesday morning on US 421 in the Stinnett community of Leslie County. The sheriff says it happened when a truck driver said that he hydroplaned, causing his truck to run off the road and meet a driveway that joins with 421, causing that truck to tip over. It's carrying about 8 tons of ammonium nitrate that is a common fertilizer, but in eastern Kentucky is used on strip jobs as an explosive device. The sheriff says right now the worry is about it getting into the water.
There's really no concerns as long as it stays out of the water. That's our biggest concern right now, is keeping the ammonium nitrate and the diesel fuel out of the Middle Fork River. All of our booms are holding and everything right now, so we don't really think that's going to be an issue. Other than the traffic impact for the morning, there really shouldn't be any issues.
The sheriff says again right now the worry is about it getting into the water. It seems that right now it is pretty much kept in check by their boons. They do have a crew coming in to assess its economic damage and get this cleaned up as soon as possible. In Leslie County, Will Puckett, WYMT Mountain News.
And at last check, Highway 421 was still closed. Leslie County Dispatch says road crews are only allowing school buses through. Today, Alyssa Noble once again appeared in court in Leslie County. She is facing 2 new separate charges, each in a different case. Noble was out on home incarceration as she's looking at a murder charge, but police say she hit and killed Paige Hayes in 2017. Now, Noble pleaded not guilty to public intoxication, and a not guilty plea was entered for tampering with evidence. Officials say she tried to use toilet water to alter a drug test. She's back in court tomorrow for the murder case and will be back in court next Tuesday for the charges she was facing today.
And the rain has arrived, and it's here to stick around as we head into the next several days. It's been on the soggy side today, and it's only going to get worse from here. We'll go ahead and take you to a few cameras. Another issue is going to be that fog that's going to start to build up tonight. And as we head into tomorrow, that mixed with those slick roadways makes travel conditions a little bit on the messy side, so definitely take it easy out there. Looking over into Whitesburg, you're also seeing those very soggy conditions throughout the mountains. So we've just seen rounds of heavy rain throughout the day, and it's been lighter at times. We've seen just a few breaks here and there, but overall it has just been a soggy day. How much have we seen? Not a whole lot. Willie City already a little bit over ½ an inch. Some of us getting close to about that ½ an inch to an inch as we head into tonight. But more is expected as we head into the next couple of days. A flash flood watch has already been issued for our Tennessee and Virginia counties. Now, this doesn't go into effect until Wednesday evening, runs through all day Thursday and a little bit into that Friday morning. You see it expires by Friday right around 1 a.m. Now, see, this is expected to move into our area. That flash flood watch will move into all of eastern Kentucky here shortly. And of course, we'll keep you updated right here and of course on social media and WYMT.com.
All right, Paige, thank you. Well, flu season is still going strong. A recent report shows the number of cases in Kentucky spiking again for the first time in 3 weeks. WYMT's Katie Cook talked with a doctor today about the high number of cases, and she joins us from the newsroom with more. Katie?
Steve, the first thing I was told today is that doctors started seeing cases of the flu much earlier this season. The mild weather has people out and about, which can spread the sickness. Fewer snow days also means more children can catch it at school. But it is not too late to start taking preventative measures to keep you flu-free.
You know, I don't think everyone should huddle in their house, but right now it's just there's a lot of sickness going on, and so if you can avoid situations to where you know there's going to be a lot of cough and congestion, then certainly try to avoid that.
Of course, washing your hands often plays a big role in keeping you safe from the flu germs as well. And on that report, Perry County has the second highest number of flu cases in Kentucky, and we are just learning Perry County schools are closed for the rest of the week due to sickness. For more closings, head over to WYMT.com. Steve?
Yeah, Katie, thank you very much. We have several closings now coming in, and you can check those out on WYMT.com. The number of people infected with a new coronavirus surged by more than 3,000 overnight. Experts from the World Health Organization say the virus is an epidemic in China, but not a pandemic, meaning that it has not reached the epidemic stage in other continents. In the United States, officials identified a second case of person-to-person transmission, this time in California. The CDC is currently monitoring 82 people for potential infection. In China, more than 420 people have died as a result of that virus. Kentucky lawmakers started the process of building a new 2-year state budget. Legislators in the House and Senate committees heard from the state budget director on the governor's priorities today. As WYMT's Phil Pendleton reports, legislators say there are areas they can agree on, but also items that will need a lot of work.
April 15th is the deadline day for the state budget to be approved, and today the state budget director addressed lawmakers in both the House and Senate over the $23 billion 2-year spending plan.
No general fund spending cuts in this budget.
John Hicks reiterated this is an education-first budget, and right off the bat mentioned the $2,000 a year raise for teachers that equals to about a 3.75% increase. He also said each student would have the equivalent of $40 more in funding and SEEK money from the state to each school. There's more money for 350 social workers, a 1% raise for state workers, and Medicaid is fully funded. Both Budget Committee chairmen say that it's good to have a starting point, but believe the final product will probably be a lot different than what the governor is proposing. Basing the budget on revenue that hasn't even passed yet is a point of contention with the Senate A&R Committee chair.
Some of my biggest dislikes are the artificial level of revenue that you see. I mean, $110 million in legislation that's not yet been passed is anticipated in the first year of the budget, and that's simply not realism.
And he is talking about a sports wagering bill and possible taxes on cigarettes and e-cigarettes. Both issues have yet to be approved by the Kentucky General Assembly. In Frankfort, Phil Pendleton, now back to you.
Some lawmakers also question if it is wise to hire more social workers when the state is having trouble filling positions currently open. Well, who won the Democratic Iowa caucuses last night? No one knows, but some candidates are still claiming victory. Iowa's Democratic Party blamed the delay on inconsistencies with the reporting and problems with a new app designed to collect results. Both Pete Buttigieg and Senator Bernie Sanders are claiming victory without the official announcement of a winner.
Nobody's more impatient than I am, given how fantastic everything we've seen was coming out of last night.
I have a good feeling we're going to be doing very, very well here in Iowa.
Former Vice President Joe Biden's campaign sent a letter to the Iowa Democratic Party demanding all campaigns be briefed on what happened and how they can be sure the numbers are accurate. Iowa party officials are vowing to release the majority of the caucus results by 5 p.m., less than an hour from now. We'll see if that happens. President Donald Trump is giving his State of the Union speech tonight, while White House officials say the speech does not contain any mention of the ongoing impeachment Senate trial. That does not mean the president will not go off script. He is expected to tout his accomplishments during the address, which is something Republicans want to hear.
He's got a good story to tell. I'd like to hear him talk about our economy, conservative judges, fewer regulations, the future of this country.
You can watch the president's address right here on WYMT at 9 p.m. Let's head over to Wall Street now on this dreary Tuesday afternoon. Not dreary on Wall Street. The Dow closes up more than 407 points today. Actress Shannon Doherty revealed she's battling cancer again. During an emotional interview this morning, the 48-year-old said she now has stage 4 cancer. She says she is still processing it all and calls it a bitter pill to swallow. Though Daugherty did not specify which type of cancer she has, she was first diagnosed with breast cancer in 2015 and underwent a single mastectomy, radiation, and chemotherapy. The 90210 and Charm star announced she was in remission in 2017. Coming up on First at 4, your house catches fire, but the local fire department has no volunteers. Find out how departments across the country are trying to lure recruits.
And heavy rain continues, but how much more is expected to fall? I'll have those details coming up.